there. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about our recent trip to Breckenridge, Colorado, where we went to an Oktoberfest festival with our kids. And some of you might think that Oktoberfest may not be the most ideal place to bring your children, but I am here to tell you that you can include your kids on lots of fun, sort of untraditional, kind of kid-friendly things and still have a good time. It'll be different, but it'll still be fun. So I'll give you a little background about Oktoberfest, what we did to prep and kind of make sure that we were able to maximize our enjoyment, and overall what we thought. So here we go. Okay, so what is Oktoberfest? It's something that is, its roots go back to Munich, Germany. It's been going on for over 200 years, and in Munich, it is a 16-day extravaganza where people come from all over the world in their lederhosen to eat, drink, and be merry. It's incredibly popular. Thousands of people go to Munich, and it's become so popular that now other parts of the world also have their own Oktoberfest events, ranging from a few days to a week-long sort of thing. And Colorado is no different. So Breckenridge has had this Oktoberfest event going on for a while now, and it's fun because Breckenridge in the fall, spring/fall, is so beautiful. The leaves are starting to change. So we've been wanting to go to Breckenridge just to see it for weeks now. And so the Oktoberfest seemed like a perfect excuse to make our way up the mountain to Breckenridge. And we decided to bring our kids because I am a huge advocate of traveling with your children, and this was especially true this weekend because our friends were going and also bringing their kids. So I think that there's a lot of opportunities that parents can bring their children along as long as they plan accordingly, and you can still have a really good time. So that's what we did. In order to prepare for the day, we knew that it was going to be a few hours in the car on the way up there, and then we'd be walking around. I did look online because I always look online before I'm going to go do anything, see what other people have to say, which is probably why you're watching this video right now. And what I heard was that Saturday, which is the day we were going, is really, really busy. It was the only day that worked for us, and we really wanted to go. The Breckenridge Oktoberfest is only 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Saturday morning happens to have a trail run that starts in the morning and then ends before the Oktoberfest festivities begin. So what we did was we made sure to leave really early so that we could get there before the crowds kind of came in. And I packed a cooler full of drinks and snacks and, you know, the sort of kid staples that we might need, as well as some extra jackets just in case it got cold up in the mountains. And we took off. So we got there early and it was easy. We got in line, we bought our big commemorative steins, and we bought 2 1-liter steins, which maybe we didn't need. They're huge, but they're really cool. So I think we'll have them on display, and hopefully if we make this an annual thing, then we can start collecting them and put them out on display. But we got those really easily. I bought some drink tokens because I was under the impression that you needed the drink tokens from the front booth in order to get beers in the event. We later learned that that actually wasn't true, and that there were a lot of vendors who didn't take the tokens, and those actually had the shorter lines. So we didn't even use all of our tokens. I chose not to drink because I was driving home and we had the kids. So my husband ended up only using 1 token. Hopefully they take them next year. But just a small piece of advice, you know, don't feel like you have to get the tokens right away, because there are lots of vendors that will sell you delicious drinks that you don't need the tokens with. So just something to keep in mind. What's fun about Oktoberfest, and any festival for that matter, is there's always really good food, and there's always something that the kids can eat. So German food is, I like to think of it as kind of just sort of elevated kid food that they already eat. So my kids love hot dogs. Well, we ordered them a bratwurst and my daughter loved it. She said it had more flavor than what she was used to. So that was a really easy thing for them to eat. They also, of course, had to get those huge pretzels and didn't eat, you know, half of it, but they were completely satisfied with the food. My husband got a lobster roll. He did say the bread was a little disappointing, but the lobster was good. So there's lots of options there for adults, for kids, so you definitely won't go hungry. And what Breckenridge does is they have a kids zone that's kind of on the side of Oktoberfest, which is down the main street of Breckenridge. And they had free bounce houses. They had these really fun trampoline things that my daughter and her little friend took part in, and they had a lot of fun with that. You do have to pay for that one, but it was sweet that they had so much fun and that there were kid-friendly things that the organizers of the event had thought of so that you can kind of get a break from the crowd and go over to the side and watch the kids jump and burn some energy. So I'm really happy that those were there. So the day itself, it does get really, really crowded. So after a few hours of the big crowds, and you know, it was 4 adults, 4 kids, one of which was in a stroller, which a stroller is always nice if you're taking young kids to a festival because you can put your stuff in it, you can kind of make sure that they're contained and not wandering around. But the 3 older kids didn't want to go in a stroller, and so we did start to feel a little claustrophobic and just a little nervous with them. So we decided to take a break from the festival and go up the gondola that Breckenridge has that takes you all the way up to Peak 8, and it's free of charge, and each gondola sort of cabin fits 8 people. So we all got in there and the kids were so excited that, you know, the view is absolutely stunning, and I imagine year-round it's just beautiful. So, but seeing the leaves changing as we were going up the mountain was really special. And so we went all the way up to the top, and up there it was great because I guess every Saturday in the summer they have a live DJ. There's a restaurant there, people are eating, they're drinking. You can buy tickets if you want to go on the alpine slides, which are kind of a summertime slide thing that I remember from my childhood in Oregon. We had a similar thing at Mount Hood. So I was really excited to see that there. There's a miniature golf course, there's a ropes course. So there's lots of fun, warm weather activities because I think a lot of people, when they think of Breckenridge or Colorado in general, I think they tend to think of the snow and sort of winter stuff, but there's tons to do in the summer. And we saw a lot of mountain bikers, and we found out later that what people do is they actually take their mountain bike up the gondola and then they'll bike down these trails all the way down to the bottom. And so that's not something that we can do with our little kids, but it does seem like a great option for a warm summer day. So we spent a few hours up at Peak 8 and we let the kids dance to the DJ. We kind of wandered around, did some sightseeing, and then we made sure to get the gondola home before 6 p.m. because it does stop running after that. So you don't want to get stranded up in the mountain, especially with little kids, after 6 o'clock. So we took the gondola down, we drove home. I would say that overall Breckenridge is a wonderful place to go year-round. There's things to do, so you can go spring, summer, fall, winter, and have a good time. Good food, nice people, and an overall great place to be. So definitely next September, hit up the Breckenridge Oktoberfest, and don't be afraid to bring your kids. I highly recommend it. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures in the future. Thank you.